A very good morning, Africa. Welcome once again to the Mchana Pub and Grill in Nairobi. Today is the second day of the second edition of the Africa Super 8 competition that is happening right here, once again at Mchana Pub and Grill. This is the first round of the losers bracket in the event of a double elimination competition. The losers in their first life do have their own tournament that is happening in the second life. The protagonists, all the way from the Republic of Tanzania, neighbors with Kenya, the guy that has been so long known to be Tanzania's number one seeded player, Abdallah Hussein, he's nicknamed Dula, taking on one of South Africa's best ever players, the 2014 champion, Ishmael Mtetwa, nicknamed Ish. They are racing to 11 for a place in the second round of the losers bracket, which shall be the losers semi-finals. One frame has been played and has been won by Dula. Both of these players did lose their first round matches, their first life matches yesterday. Abdullah lost to Zambia's Kelvin Fikoti, while Ishmael lost to Malawi's Stanford Given Gente. The winner progresses to the losers semis. The loser has their tournament end immediately. If Abdullah loses this match, he will be boarding at the bus from Nairobi to the Tanzanian border at Namanga and then proceed with that very long trek to Dar es Salaam. If Ishmael loses, he will feel free to board back his South African Airways flight to Johannesburg. It is winner takes it all, do or die, Ishmael nil and Dula 1. Our apologies for that brief typo on our scoreboard. The race is 11 and not 9. And in that discussion, the umpire was clarifying exactly that to the players. And we also have to clarify it to the viewers that the race is 11 today and not 9. We are having 6 matches, the whole of 6. This one is the first. The second will be the second match in the first round of the losers bracket between the second pair of players that lost their matches yesterday. If you do remember, South Africa's Jeremiah Naido Gandagana, who did lose out to Brian Kiptalam Luto of Kenya. And then the Zimbabwean Malvan Mokwaza will be taking on Malova will be taking on Jerry coming up next. And thereafter, we shall have the winners bracket semifinals. Matches between the winners of yesterday's matches. Watch out for the last match of the day between Brian Kiptalam and Caesar Chandiga. But first will be Stanford Griven Jinte, who will be taking on the second winner in the winners category yesterday. The guy that will be Kelvin Fikoti. German commentary will be coming at first from myself, and then the golden voice of Priscilla Chisoro, and then in later stages of the event we shall be doing it jointly as she enjoys milk tea and no bread and also no sugar for whatever reason.
You know what, Peter? Too much sugar is not good for your health, eh? I'm trying to live healthy now. I'm trying to change my lifestyle, my eating habits. I've been having too much sugar in my life. So I'm trying to live a bit healthier.
That's good for you, but of late too much Coca-Cola of late, eh?
Yeah, I know. I need to reduce on that as well.
And it has more sugar than milk tea.
I've reduced though.
But there is already sugar in milk direct from the cow.
But it's healthy enough, surely. But well, I've reduced is good enough.
You're right, but I've won anyway. I've won the argument. Case closed.
Fine, you can win this argument, but not on the table.
That's supposed to be violence, eh? Abdallah Hussein. He's never shy on making trips, participating in tournaments outside of Tanzania. And of course, majority of them within Tanzania. He was recently in Zambia participating in the Billiards Cafe W Elimination Classic, an event he also did participate in last year. He's also expected at Queens in April this year, participating in the double elimination competition in Bulawayo. Second time that he's making the trip to Kenya for the Grand Mchana Open Championship. This time he did come to try and shoot two birds with one stone, participate in the Grand Mchana as well as the ATA Super 8 competition. Between himself and Saif Hamad as well as Amadeus, there has always been argument, and also with Innocent Sami of who is Tanzania's finest player. And those four are a real class of a national team. And I'm not surprised at all when they finished runners-up in the All Africa Pool Championships last year, just behind South Africa. Also, Kenya is a place where Tanzanians really like to visit because they've come second in the singles event for the last two editions of the event last year. First runner-up being Saif Hamad, this year first runner-up being Innocent Sami, and what a very close second position he had. At some point, I really think that Caesar was more lucky than brilliant, winning that decider in that final. I just love the outfit of the ATA that the guys are donning. Really looks neat, bright, smart, and perfectly fitting. It will be a painful exit from the entire Kenyan event for whoever loses this match. And I had told me that after losing out in the Grand Mchana Open at the round of last 8 to Moses Mofia, the Zambian, that from then his only intention was to win the Super 8, which would be a big consolation if he wins it. But now he has to go the long way, because when you lose in the first round, you have to beat 3 more guys to make it to the final, and the final in which you have to win the winner of the winners bracket twice. So even when up against a tournament of 8 players, if you lose out in the first round, you have to beat 5 more guys in a row just to win the comp. Of course, 2 of the 5 are 2 in 1. The player you face in the final, whom you have to beat twice. And this one is a clear attempt by Ishmael to pull one back, and yet he once again comes close. He still looks rusty. And these tournaments can be quite unforgiving. And Dula knows that I think he will be having a good chance to make it to the next round, take down the South African who has started this match as the favorite. Dula versus the black to the center pocket on the top of your screen, which he pots and makes it 3-0 in a race to 11. A few of the players who are part of the Grand Mchana are still in. Alfred Gomekiza, the Ugandan, Turiye Jonah, his teammate, also Moses Mofia, the Zambian, still in the mode of being in Nairobi, probably still enjoying the city, probably maybe wanting to play some games with others of these people. Your guess is as good as mine, most especially the East Africans. By the time I left the venue yesterday, he was having a 1-1 draw with Tanzania's Saif Hamad at the place in a race to 7 for money. Up to now, I've not yet gotten knowledge of the result. What I have knowledge of is that Abdullah Hussein is now snookered. Dula versus the diehard Ishmael Mtetra has always called himself diehard as a nickname because he can play in races against the same player. However much he loses, he doesn't die. He simply dies hard. He never gives up. He keeps playing and playing and playing and playing until he finally gets his revenge. That is why he's called the diehard. And one player against him he really gave up was Aiden. And it is this guy that nicknamed Aiden Joseph the Ghost after losing so many races against him. He posted on his social media handle that he will never play with Aiden again because the guy is simply a ghost. Since then, Aiden's official nickname is the Ghost. He's still looking for his glory days, Ishmael. The glory days that saw him win the All Africa Pool Championships in 2014, exactly 10 years ago, in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, when he took down Aiden Joseph in the final. A very young Aiden, a 19-year-old Aiden. By the way, Ishmael was a young man himself. He has got so close to fouling in a match that he has been a shadow of himself, at least so far, at the start. Now, up against the black, To win a first for himself, it is Ishmael 1 and Dula 1. After here coming next, immediately after will be Malvan Makwanza from Zimbabwe to take on Jeremiah Naido from South Africa. A very rarely seen a tournament in which the only country with 2 players representing is South Africa. They have the highest number of participants in the event, and yet both of them did lose out their first life in the first round. And yet both of them finished in the quarters and semi-finals respectively of the Grand Mchana. But most especially Ishmael is the guy that has been oozing with form the last 2 months. And while he came only 4th at the Billiards Cafe Double Elimination Classic in Lusaka, the public eye was that he was actually second best in the tournament because Aiden was in his own class on the day and did eliminate both of Ishmael's lives by the semifinals. The Super 8 competition, ETA Africa Super 8 competition, is expected to be happening once every month. First edition happening in Kampala around a month ago. An event that was won by the Ugandan Caesar with international teammate Hazard coming second, while Ganda came third and Malvan Makwanza fourth. Second edition doesn't have Hazard. Has only 3 players who were part of the first, that is Caesar, the defending champion, plus of course Jerry and Maluva. No Collins Toy, no Cornelius Kigen, no Saif Hamad. And in replacement, we have the likes of Brian Kiptalam representing Kenya, Kelvin Fikoti representing Zambia, Ishmael also representing South Africa, and then of course Jinte representing Malawi. As Diehard doesn't die hard in frame number 5, he pulls one back again. It is now 2-4 Diehard and 3-4 Dula, as Abdallah is normally called by fellow players, especially on social media. Big break it seems to be. A clear split of the balls, and the yellows are by far the better placed balls. Abdallah will clearly be going for break and finish here. He's now one of the fondest faces when big African competitions are organized. A decent player in himself, sometimes he just comes a little bit too short on winning the number of frames that will take him to later stages of different events. But when he comes good, he comes really good. Has had the tour of Uganda before, and right in Uganda, taking down the likes of Humphrey Nsoboga. He also did win a race against Levola Simon, the computer, in Kampala, by the way, before losing out narrowly 16-15 to Joseph Kasozi. And he is the captain of the Snipers Pro Club, now captaining the Black to regain a 2-game cushion. By break and finish, Abdallah Hussein now leads 4 against 2. The race is 11. Diehard is normally a diehard. He just doesn't let go that easy. It is 4-2. The guy that is now queuing, Abdallah Hussein, the Tanzanian, in the lead against the South African in Ishmael Mtetwa. Here comes Ishmael Mtetwa, who is no stranger, by the way, to anywhere within East Africa. Not the first time he's coming to Kenya. It should be the second. In 2016, he did make that memorable tour of Uganda, proceeding to Kenya and winning all, and I meaning all, matches that he played in Kenya at cricket queues in Westlands, around 20 minutes from where we are. I also did play with some of the players against whom he had played in Kampala, rematching them in Kenya and beating them both, including Amos and Hazard. But the match with Amos did end well on table. A race to 13 it was. Ishmael was leading 10-3 before things got jittery. An argument over a foul that was committed by Amos. And when it became so couth, then the match was called off and players refunded. I remember Ishmael posting on social media and promising never to play with Amos again. Since then, Amos is semi-retired. Ishmael at one time became semi-retired, but nowadays he is back up and running and almost to his best. The only problem he's having is that he's finding competition way more stiff than it used to be. In Uganda, he did win 5 out of 6 races. He played with the Ugandans. The only race he lost that time was against Hazard. but he took down everybody else that he did play with at the Lumas Pub in Kenya, having a very good record. In Tanzania, he did not go last year, but did manage Jerry, who played races against Caesar and against some of the better Tanzanian players. The only match Jerry did lose was the one against Caesar. That is the rematch. The first one was won by Jerry. This frame, Ishmael needs to cut that black to the corner pocket. It almost took a moment. Packed at the corner pocket before getting finally sunk. The score is improved by Ishmael, who now is on 3, while Dula is on 4. And the race is 11. And the prize for the victory is a place in the losers bracket semifinals. The punishment for defeat is exiting the tournament entirely. The 8-man comp is ending tomorrow, Wednesday. We shall, after the losers semis, be having the winners semifinals. First between Kelvin and Jinte. And then the last match of the evening between Brian Kiptalam and Caesar Chandiga. Then the losers of those 2 matches will be playing with the winners of this match respectively, and the next that will be happening between Maluva and Jerry. That is how double elimination formatting is organized with the 8 players competing. Dola in attack once again. One thing I'm liking about this match is that both players are simply going for the game. So many similarities between South Africa and Tanzania. The one that amazes me the most is the same rhythm of the 2 national anthems. If you don't understand the languages, you think it is the same national anthem for South Africa as for Tanzania. But what is not the same is current scores, because now Dula has increased his lead to 5 stubbornly, not permitting Ishmael to equalize, while Ishmael is on 3. After this match, coming live next will be Malvan Mokonza and Jeremiah Naido. And thereafter, winners semifinals. First, Jinte versus Kelvin. Relatively big break it is, this one. Every time a table is broken this good, the player incoming has only one thing on their mind: to finish right from the break. Good afternoon once again. As the first match of the second day of the second edition of the ATS Super 80-man competition that is happening at Mchana Pub and Grill is into its 10th frame between the Tanzanian in Abdallah Hussein against the South African in Ishmael Mtetwa. They are racing to 11 for a place in the winners semis. And after 9 frames, the Tanzanian that is queuing right now is having a narrow 5-4 lead, attempting to make it 6, attempting not to get to probably the half-time break when not in the lead, because he's been leading throughout the match. He won the first frame and he has not lost the lead since then, but Ishmael has been coming back and forth and back and forth. And another opportunity now presents itself, this time for Ishmael to equalize in the match for the very first time since the first frame. Actually, before now, the last time the scores were level was when it was 0-0. Ishmael has to be mindful not to put white ball. Target is completely off. He's looked rusty in this match. The fight is there, but he's not at his very best. Abdallah has a real opportunity to win a match this big. Hopefully for him, set up a loser's semi-final that will be played between himself if he wins, that is, and the winner of the match between Malova and Caesar. That will be it will be the winner of the match between Lotto and Caesar. That is the prize for whoever wins this match gets 6-4. Abdallah Hussein leading against Ishmael Mtetwa. And coming live next will be Malova and Jerry. And of course, the place is still a little bit silent and somber. Of course, it is only an afternoon on a Tuesday in the middle of the city. Fans shall be flocking into the venue in bigger numbers as the day grows older. I've never had any issue with Abdallah Hussein's shooting. The only issue that I have with him personally is consistency. When his game is on, it is on. But by the way, that's normally the same thing for all of these players. But for Abdallah Hussein, the consistency is a little bit too down compared to other players. Seems to be having a clear path to winning frame number 6 for himself. Frame number 7 for himself out of 11. If he wins this one, I want to think that he will be starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel, and Ishmael will be having even more reason to worry that maybe even in the Super 8 comp, he will not be able to make it anywhere near the money. There is $3,500 to win for three of these players, with number one going home with 2,000, number two 1,000, and number three with $500 respectively, in a tournament where they have had zero registration fees, all courtesy of the ATA. Just a roll of that red ball to the center pocket. A simple roll did not move the white ball enough. That's why he has the face of a player who is not so happy with himself. Nonetheless, you will fancy him to try and sink that black to the corner pocket on the bottom left of your screen. The presence of Ishmael's yellows near that corner pocket nearing the black is what makes the shot a little bit safe, because white naturally is played into those yellows. He simply has to be on target, which is what exactly happens. Abdallah Hussein 7 and Ishmael Mtetwa 4. The Ghanaian player Efeyao Efe, who is called by nickname Diamond Efe, is still at the venue enjoying Kenya. First West African player to partake in a truly African competition. He did promise that next year he will travel with his team. Today was him only being as an advanced team for the Ghana team that will be participating in the Grand Michana Open Championship at the same venue, same time next year, 2025. Very easy to even forget that it's only 3 weeks to end the year. Hi, Keruche.
Hello. My name is Kerucha, the pool queen. How are you doing, Chobe?
I'm doing good. I don't know if it's right for me to say welcome to Mchana.
Okay,
You
I'll
should
take
be
that.
the one welcoming me.
Yeah.
But guys, thank you for the wonderful organization of the Grand Mchana.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much also for your input and efforts to make sure that the people were experiencing uh, a live, um, a live action of the nice experience that we were having here at Mchana Pub and Grill.
And also having this Super 8 competition. Now, this match, you probably have East African community patriotism.
Yeah.
Will I say you're happy because Dela is leading?
Well, yeah, because I would love for this to stay close to home.
All right.
Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania.
Either Kiptalam, Dula, or Caesar.
Yes, absolutely. But
Now,
sometimes, you cannot be in control of these things.
Yeah.
All of these guys are very, very seasoned, very, very experienced players. So it could go either way, but I'll be rooting for my East African people.
All right. Now, what next for Kenyan pool ladies? Because that's where I know you are so involved.
Um, we did pretty well, I would say. Although we were like the three of us or two of us in the
There are
last
two in the
16.
there are two in the quarterfinals.
In the quarterfinals,
Yeah.
and in the last 16, I would say. So we improved from last time. We learned a few things from our Uganda ladies. We interacted a little bit with them, unlike last time. So I'm really glad that we're making a connection and a network with them. we're planning to visit Uganda. You guys will see us a lot in Uganda because we really want to take this game to another level. And as East Africans, to want to compete with maybe the Southern and maybe even go global, we need to compete with each other to improve each other's games.
So do I expect to see some kind of a league for ladies? Because the men are already competing a lot in Kenya and the results are there for everyone to see.
Yeah.
Now, ladies, the competition Kenyan ladies between themselves is quite less. Huh?
It is getting somewhere because for the first time there's a last quarter of the year we had a Divas League here at Mchana Pub in Green. It
Okay.
quite involved a lot of ladies from different clubs. Since it was the first league, most ladies came and we played together. And you know, also the Mchana management awarded from position 1 to 10.
Yeah.
We had like 24 ladies participating in the league.
That's nice. Huh?
For it being the first one, it shows that the sport is gonna go somewhere next year. Maybe we can even do like some. We're talking about maybe having a team event with the Ugandan ladies when we come there, so we can
Alright.
organize our teams and then maybe go against each other. I know Uganda is more established in that area,
Yeah.
but for the first time now we're gonna choose a Kenyan team, come play with the Ugandan team, and maybe see where this goes.
And I will make sure that happens
Yeah,
if you are committed. Eh?
yeah.
Thank you for the time. Eh?
Yeah.
But most importantly, thank you for what you're doing for Kenyan polo.
Thank you so
It's
much.
very easy to see from afar.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good day.
Have a good day too. Enjoy the stream, guys.
That was Kenyan streamer and the commentator Patricia Keruche calls herself the pool queen. She's always in her mood, in her element when the sport is being played. Always wearing a big smile. I don't even know where that smile comes from. Like someone who doesn't have stress in her life at all. Eh? The Tanzanian in Abdallah Hussein has a relatively big 8-4 lead, 4-game cushion on the would-be favorite for this match, South Africa's Ishmael Mtetwa, who now has his work cut out, if at all. He's to stand a chance of even making the losers semi-finals. There's one friend of mine I want to talk to. Introduce yourself, eh?
Hi guys, hello. My name is Marvin Mukwenza from Zimbabwe.
Now, last year, I was very it was my first time seeing you, not on Francis's camera, but seeing you physically, and I was really impressed with what you performed in the Grand Channel Open. Today, things have not really gone well so far. Where has it gone wrong?
I don't know. Maybe well, this tournament I started badly. I'm not playing well from day one, but you know it's a game.
It's a game. So today you're having that big losers bracket semi-final against Malvan. You are coming up next. Last time you played, it ended in a decider. He won the frame in just minutes. Eh? If you remember, it was a little bit painful. What will you do different today?
I'm just going to play. I'll try my best. I'm just going to play pool. Nothing more.
Yeah. So now just send out some shoutouts to some guys that are watching you, especially in Harare.
Okay, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching. But don't forget, I'll bring good results today. Today is today. I'll bring good results.
I wish you good luck. Maluva, luva, luva. Yeah, those are guys that will really mean a lot to this pool industry. Arguably, Zimbabwe's finest. Malvan Mukwenza, who has just been visiting the commentary booth. Diehard, as Ishmael is nicknamed, for this match has been playing like the diehard of 2021, 22, 23. The 2024 version of diehard is an improved version, but not the one playing this actual match. The guy supports himself when playing, supports all South African players when playing. He is actually only a naturalized South African. He's actually a Zimbabwean in the belly. And he went to South Africa as a young boy, became naturalized as a South African, now represents proudly South Africa. But when he is in Zimbabwe, he is equally at home. And how he was relating well with the Zambian Eagles pro team simply because international teammate from South Africa, Senzo Gumede, was part of the team. He was also part of the victory celebrations when they won the men's team event 2 days ago. And he was part of the large chants of the Injini. My favorite support slogan, by the way, on the African continent. They really know how to support the Zambians. The Tanzanians, not so much. And with due respect, I know that you are watching in good numbers. The support towards Innocent Sami during the final, it was just a little bit out of order. It is left to see what Ishmael has to do about this yellow frame. Maybe try and pot that yellow. He's looking at the corner pocket on the top left, and leaving himself in natural position to put the second yellow that is touching the red to the corresponding corner pocket on the bottom left, and then the third yellow to the center pocket. Just close to your screen. The one below your screen. A little backspin needed by Ishmael. Just little. And from our camera angle, seems he has enough sight of that yellow. Put it. Also controlling the white ball in the same shot. He may have moved the white ball a little bit more than he wanted. The guy is not having a good day himself. Even when he comes close to the win, something just happens against him, and that something has happened now. Could still pot off the red, which he does. Good recovery shot. He will now be up against the black. White ball has just bounced off the cushion and got played in space. It is Ishmael versus the black to the center pocket on the right. And again, Ishmael misses. And that run of the table from Ishmael, how it started, how it went, how it ended, is a simple summary of how his match has been so far. And as a player, the worse you play, the more confident your opponent gets. The more confident guy is this time Abdallah Hussein, being inspired not only by his good shooting, but also the poor shooting of Ishmael Mtetwa. The Tanzanian Dula is now leading 9-4. He needs 2, while Ishmael needs the whole of 7 of the remaining 8 frames. Now in the commentary booth, I'm joined by the mighty Poch. Before you can say anything about that match, how could you be so embarrassed, beaten, frustrated, bombarded, humiliated by Jerry. Being head started with +9, raised to 11.
Sorry? Just to let you know, don't tell him. I was fishing him. I'm having a big money race with him today. A big rematch. Big money. That was just small money, but I'm having a big money match
So
with him.
the 20,000 Kenya shillings was the small money,
Small
and you want to
money.
play for
Now-
big money.
now I'm
You
going
want to
to-
make him think that
Yes.
you are a fish such that you take his money.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. So that's a strategy.
So now I want you to take it away for just 2 minutes about this match, because I know as an East African, seeing Abdallah Hussein, and not in Tanzania but a neutral venue, leading 9-4 against, of all players, Ishmael Mtetwa.
It's very interesting. And tournaments like this, it all boils down to the level of discipline, personal discipline you've had, because it's quite pulsating. You are in a foreign country, almost 9 days, and here you are. Oh, he's bought that one. Oh, he pulls one back. And remember, in pool, it's never over until it's over. So you cannot write Ishmael out. It's still possible with him.
He needs 6 while
Yes,
he's opening.
yes, it is that. But trust me, in pool, you can never write down. Even if Hussein goes to 10, and then Ishmael remains at 4, it is still possible. It is still possible. But all in all, Hussein is a top player at the same time, and he has to be careful. Ismail has to be careful not to let him go too far, not to go to the hill, because if he goes to the hill, Hussein can use all manner of tactics for that one frame. It is possible that way. Or Chope, what do you think?
For me, in a light way, for me, the words you say, I want you to apply them when you're playing your races. Then I will be a very
All
happy
right.
person.
Chobe life, trust me.
Not to be like Kasango,
Before the end of this day, Jeremiah will know who the mighty poach really is. I'm going to play for big money, and I'm going to risk, and I'm going to go for it. I'm sure Jerry
Same
will
headstart,
remember
same
me.
race.
Yes, same.
Tell the people
We said
how
very
many
much.
frames he's headstart
No
you in.
problem. That is a secret, but that's a secret. But trust me, Jerry will remember me for a long, long time.
Thank you for fishing him by. And on a serious note, thank you for the hospitality you are giving to the Tanzanians, Zambians, Ugandans. Guys, I've been having nyama choma every day. Like 20 players from each team.
We are Africa, and Africa is our business. So African is an African. When you come to my country, Kenya, you are African. You are a brother. You are a sister. And same way, I came to Uganda.
Yes.
You really treated me well. So
Exactly.
I have to revenge in some way.
So he has called that revenge. But that is Poch, the guy that I always describe by saying he is so full of life. Wherever he is, there is just happiness. He only gets frustrated when he dares to play with the likes of Jerry in those races. Starts as a very happy person. It normally is a very sad ending. But don't tell him that. Abdallah Hussein with a new chance. If he finds a way of winning this frame that is frame number 13, now frame number 15, you just find it very difficult to see how Ishmael will be winning 6 straight to try and win this match, to try and tear Abdallah Hussein's losers bracket semi-final ticket. Hi, Jackie.
Hi.
And thank you for coming again. I understand you are Kenya number 1 ladies category.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for loving and playing. I saw you winning some big money for winning the Shuja.
It's not big money.
But I assume that
But it's a good amount.
my ugali na nyama is assured today.
It's okay.
It's okay. So what next for Jackie after the Shuja?
I just want to visit you guys, do some training with you, so that I can up my game.
Yeah, but you know, if it's the kind of training that makes you maybe come back a slightly better player, it has to be like spending something like a month there. Will you be ready to go that far
I'm ready. I'm ready.
and play some tournaments? Those that have small money, that involve moving long distances. That's what exactly pool players go through to improve their form.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for anything.
Yeah, for now, I'm happy with the current trajectory of your career. I believe that one day, we shall see you lifting a big comp, and I wish you good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming through. That is Jackie Givingi, current seed number 1, ladies, Kenya. Special thanks to the management of the Mchana Pub and Grill for that big calendar that has gone on for the entire year, that I've been following, by the way, from afar, which comes to its climax with the Grand Mchana Open Championship. As a reminder, the ladies singles tournament was won by Ugandan Rashida Motesi, also a Ugandan winning in the men's category, Caesar Chandiga, and then the team event was won by Zambian team Eagles. And of course, the Mchana Gladiators team winning the team event for the Shujaa Kenya. That is the Mchana Open only for the Kenyan players only. And the singles event, men's singles event, being won by Brian Kiptalam. That is how he got himself a ticket to participate in this Super 8 competition, as well as the ladies singles event being won by Jacqueline Githingi, the lady that I've just been speaking to in the commentary booth. Abdallah Hussein still leading 9-5 against Ishmael Mtetwa, the guy that has been second best in this match so far with lots of unforced errors. Thank you, Isaac, for watching. You think 88 hits on Ibrahim? I don't know which Ibrahim you are meaning. Maybe you clarify, maybe in terms of selection of players, but the idea was to have one player representing each country in this competition. Uganda was already represented by Caesar, who is in, by the way, the tournament's defending champion. And 7 players were, it's the poster that was released. The 8th was only chosen by you, the viewers. The addition of Jerry was on public demand. It was the choice of the majority of the viewers for the position, for the 8th position, for the 8th place in this competition. Abdallah Hussein seemingly going for frame number 10 for himself, for Tanzania, to clear these 2 yellows, win a 10th. Sorry, to clear the black, win the 10th, and come within 1 frame of winning and taking down Ishmael, which will be one of the most significant results of his career. It is 10 for Dula and only 5 for Ishmael. The Tanzanian needs only 1 out of 6. Do you think realistically, Priscilla, that Ishmael is winning this match?
The odds are stacked against him here. I don't know what it is with him. He's missing a lot more than Hussein. He's missing a lot of shots I actually think he would put. What do you think it is?
He seems like a rusty guy, in my opinion. He seems like someone who did not have enough sleep, I have to tell you the truth. Because for the matches I have watched, this is the worst I've ever seen of Ishmael. He has been giving away chance after chance after chance. Not that Dula has been playing exceptionally well, he has been just playing okay. But how good he's leading, it's only the doing of his opponent, Podge. Yeah, this match.
Job life. It's very interesting. It does say it. This thing depends on the level of strategy and discipline, because they've been here outside their country for 10 days. As a human being, sometimes they wear down, they wear out, because Ishmael, who was playing the second
It
day.
comes in. Could it be that Ish is a little bit homesick? Because he was
Yes,
here for
telling you.
about 3 days before the.
Or maybe he's
the
missing his,
Grand
maybe,
Channel.
maybe he's missing his wife or something. It's possible.
Actually, the idea was that after the ATA Super 8, he proceeds to Uganda to have a tour of Uganda, which will be the second. But then yesterday he told me that he wants to go home first to be with the family for Christmas, and then maybe come to Uganda either at the end of the year or at the start of 2025. Is he homesick?
Chope, it is the possible reality, because we are all human beings. We are all human beings. So sometimes these things also pull to some extent. Is almost 60% mental and 40% talent. So in my opinion, Ishmael here looking really, really homesick, in my opinion.
All right. Now I want the rest of this match, if it doesn't come long, though I still want her not to be so tired, to be taken away by the golden voice of Priscilla.
Priscilla, what could be your opinion? I'm saying Ishmael looks homesick. Do you think it's a reality?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I can agree with that. Ishmael is a hunter. I think he's hardly ever home. He's always out there hunting prey somehow. That's his thing. That's his forte. He lives on the pool table. Mostly out of the country.
I've noticed Senzo. I've not seen Senzo around. Is Senzo around?
Yeah, Senzo is around. He just isn't here today, this morning. He hasn't arrived, I suppose. But he was around last night and in the afternoon watching his countrymen.
One thing about the South Africans, they have a way of supporting their fellow. Go men, go men, go men. You know, the type of unique voices they normally make. So I think this time, Ishmael needs that.
Yeah, the South Africans are pretty good at the support, hey? They rally behind each other. Maybe Senzo may have been what he needed, you reckon, for this match? Maybe Senzo's presence could have made a difference. I don't know. Anyhow, the referee has confirmed cushion first. It's a snooker. He escapes it comfortably, but he shouldn't get too comfortable. A finish can be looming here by Abdullah Hussein, who's sitting pretty on the hill here. 10-5. He has twice as many frames won as Ishmael has. He only now needs one. Ishmael needs 6. That'd be very difficult for Ishmael to achieve, especially if he continues on the way he's been so far. As far as this match is concerned, 2 reds to go now for Hussein. They don't look too difficult at all. The black would be the most difficult, I suppose. The limited number of pockets it could make its way to. And he misses. I was amused by the way Ishmael quickly sprung up from his seat there when Abdullah missed. I think Ishmael may clear this. If he does not clear, I think he should not challenge anyone for the next month and just dedicate his time to serious training. Okay, all right. Looks like he's on the verge of a clearance. And down to the black. Looks easy enough. He should send it in and record a sixth for himself. And 10-6 it is. He cruises on one step at a time, one ball at a time. He fights. He needs 6 straight wins. 1 down, 5 more to go. Very difficult. Hussein's looking pretty calm there, sitting at 10. I think he's telling himself, I got this already. But you never know. It's not over till the last whistle blows. The referee is ranking now, frame number 17. Not a really good break there by Ishmael, but he cruises on. Too many balls clustered together there. 2 yellows, 2 reds, and the black. But nothing a couple of cannons can't solve. Safety first, he's decided. Not a bad safety. A very difficult frame to clear in one visit here. What a cut from Hussein. That was a cut and a half. But it's not out of the woods yet, as far as this frame is concerned. One ball at a time. Good thinking. Totally messing up Ishmael's formation there. Hussein attacking here. He's trying to play cannon. Didn't open up the balls too well. He still faces a difficult clearance. If he manages that cut and leaving the cue ball in a good enough position, he may clear. Well done, Hussein. Good show. I did not envision a clearance when he took to the table. But now it looks highly feasible, very possible. And he fails. Chance back to Ishmael. A chance is a chance. And for his sake, I hope he maximizes. A little too much power. He shakes his head, disappointed that it did not manage to close off the path of the cue ball to that red. But intention noted. Hussein back on the table. Could this be the last visit of this matchup between Ishmael and Hussein? There's a high chance he'll clear here. 1 ball remains. Is the fat lady about to sing? I think so. It's not over till the fat lady sings. It's not too difficult a part, but the position of the cue ball there, so close to an object ball, makes it a little harder. He even shook his head a little there. But he can make it. High chance he'll make the pot. And pot he does. The fat lady singing. It's game down. Congratulations to Hussein Abdullah. Tough to Ishmael Teto, the first man officially out of the Atta 8-man comp. We have 4 men remaining, 4 with wins from yesterday and still in the winners bracket. And that would be Stanford Jinte, Kelvin Gandu, Brian Kiptalam, and Caesar Chandiga. The other 3 in the losers bracket are Jeremiah Green, Malvin Mukonza, and I beg your pardon, sorry. The other 3 are, I lost my train of thought there. The 3 in the losers bracket remaining should be Jeremiah Green after he lost to Brian, Marvin Mukonza after he lost to Caesar, and Hussein Abdullah, the winner of this match. Up next, stay tuned. We have Jeremiah Green versus Marvin Mukonza after they lost yesterday. The match will start in a couple of minutes from now. Hope you've enjoyed the show.